Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we're just going to be going over the patch 5.55 notes just to see if there's anything of particular note in these notes. I'm going to be a bit quieter because it's 2 in the morning and I'd like to keep my relationship by not waking my girlfriend up on a work day. We're going to keep that going. Anyway, let's get started with this because who knows, maybe the servers will come up early and I'll have to abandon this recording altogether. So new main scenario quest has been added. Oh, big surprise there, right? Only 3 quests though. The company we keep, and then question mark, question mark, question marks across the board. I'm assuming there's like a 45-minute cutscene in just one of these quests. Because we know there's still a solo instance for us to do based on the trailers, and there's a bunch of scenes from the trailers we haven't seen yet. So I'm going to assume one of these has a I hope you're strapped in and ready to sit down for a while. So not too worried about the length of these. We expect this to be like an hour to an hour and a half in total, and that would pretty much do the trick. Your Hot Dark Apocalypse, the epilogue quests, as they've been called, as long as you've done all of your weekly quests and have received all of Konog's messages from the dig site chief, you can do this epilogue, which, you know what, we've waited this long, it's going to be good. Just you wait. It's going to be good. New side story quest. Good to see Sid is back in our adventures over in Bozja and Zadnor. In this case, he even brought our number one biggest fan from the Garland Ironworks right here. There are a lot of quests here. New playing field, resolve unshaken, where eagles roost. Now question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. With a ruined opportunity at the end here. This is probably a weekly quest for Dalriada. We suspected before, Ethis and I, that Dalriada, based on its real life, the root of it in real life, that it's very likely an underground ruin that rests between the two lands, and it's what the giant airship is actually sitting on top of, where we see the Save the Queen in the trailer. This is very likely just a weekly quest for Dalriada, where you need at least 2 million metal in order to participate, to encourage people to keep their metal up, and to do it on a weekly basis. So that's, what I expect that to be. We'll find out soon, though. I mean, servers are going to be up in less than an hour from this recording, so maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Resistance weapon quest lines. What dreams are made of, spare parts, tell me a story, a fond memory, a done deal, and irresistible. Quite a few quests here, as you can see. Now, one interesting thing is what dreams are made of, then branches into what looks to be 3 different quests. I'm assuming these are all one-time quest completions, similar to the ones we had with the Vexatious and Haunting Memories. And then this requires you to have done all 3 of those previous quests. And then Irresistible is, finale quest, probably the victory lap where we finish it up all together. So I've been on my triple triad card collection. I'm at 311 out of 322 because I was like, if the reward is really cool, I'm going to want it. And I'm somewhere in the middle at this point because that is a giant triple triad card as a mount. I joked that this would be a possibility. I was like, yeah, maybe it's just a giant triple triad card mount. I didn't know I'd be correct. Now, I've joked about a lot of different things, so I won't take credit for that one entirely, but that's pretty funny. Granted, there's no way I can speed up the process of getting the card, so I'll get this mount eventually. 311 out of 322. If I don't have it by the time Endwalker comes out, I'll have it by the time Endwalker is... I'll have it like shortly after Endwalker's release. Decided to get my land waffle today. New chapters added to New Game Plus. We have Shadowbringers Part 4 for main scenario and Your Hot Dark Apocalypse. Listen, I'm still not ruling out some New Game Plus shenanigans. Just because they showed us that one epilogue quest doesn't mean I'm ruling out shenanigans, okay? I'm still very much in the shenanigans territory of expectation to that degree. Housing, so new furnishings being added, winners from different design contests. One of the winners apparently from all the way back in 2017, and another one from back in 2019. These furnishing winners finally getting added to the game. And there's some other furnishings that are being added as well. The spiral staircase, the plants outside. New orchestrion rolls, almost all likely to be in Zadnor. Maybe one from the MSQ, but most likely all of them from Zadnor, as there's definitely going to be a few new tracks in there. The Fender Stratocaster in-game instrument being added. Don't worry, you don't need to buy the $3,500 guitar to get this one. It even has its own UI, so you can pick the 5 different sounds for the electric guitar, and it has just some explanations of the control scheme that you actually need in order to use it. Also keyboard controls in the performance settings, just a few updates to that. So those of you who like to jam out, jam out. New emote being added, the hands one, they did put this in a tweet the other day. Winning hairstyles from the hairstyle design contest being added as well for those of you esthetician enthusiasts and whatnot. Battle system drop rate for the diamond gwibber has been okay. So, just to be clear about this, the diamond gwibber has probably had what we call a half increase. They did this with the emerald weapon, and they did this in the previous expansion as well. So the drop rate's normally probably like 3 to 5%. It's probably like 5 to 7% now, and it will get another increase in another patch. So it'll be a little easier to get now if you haven't gotten it yet, but you still can't purchase it with 99 tomes. Now, the emerald weapon right below it, that got a half increase when 5.5 came out. And now this is its finished increase. This probably puts it at like 15-20%, somewhere around that number. It also means the emerald mount is purchasable, which for me is good news because it means I get to finish my land waffle. This was what I expected and predicted, and thus it has come to fruition. Certain battle effects in the Alliance raid and the Tower Paradigm's breach has been adjusted. This is more than likely due to the third boss having reported issues with seizures, causing it with the constant flashing lights during certain AoEs. Good. This is a change that, quite frankly, needed to happen. I'm amazed that it got through QA without so much as a hiccup, but it's been remedied, hopefully, and we won't have any more issues with that as well. Then this is just an explanation of Zadnor. You can go in at level 71. We were wondering if you could level in this zone or if they were going to reserve the southern Bajdan front for leveling. Nope, looks like you can level in either of them. As long as you have access to the zone, it's got all the same rules as the southern Bajdan front. You do need to have been caught up in the story, though. You need to have finished Delubrum normal. And other than that, they say, if you don't know about how the southern front works, just learn about that, and that's basically how Zadnor works. Alongside that, maximum resistance rank increased to 25. Some new actions have been incorporated, which I'm looking forward to. Let's see what these do. Increased damage dealt by 15%, reduced damage taken by 5%. This is a tank one, by the way. Ooh, it's a new stackable one with a dash attack. Ooh, so like every time you use, like plunge or, if I can't remember the names of the other ones. It's 2 in the morning. We'll go with plunge. Your gap closers, basically. But it looks like you have to like stagger the use because this actually only has 18 seconds and you only get a maximum stack of 4. But if you fully proc it for tanks, it increases damage dealt by 60% and shortens recast times by 70% while restoring HP and MP. Oh boy. I wonder if you're going to have to combine that with any of the other actions to actually get to 4, because even like Warrior can do that because Warrior is on a 10-second cooldown. So Warrior shouldn't have any problems proccing this. They just have to make sure they actually use Gauge, and it's going to take, 30 seconds, initial use plus 3 more. For the other ones, the cooldowns are kind of long. So I wonder if there's a lost skill that can be incorporated here in order to make that a little more doable. Lost Excellence instantly cures weakness and temporarily nullifies. If you're someone who dies in Delubrum Savage, just bring this. Please. If you die in Delubrum a lot, just if you're on any of these jobs and you die a lot, just bring this. And look, it not only instantly cures, but it increases your damage dealt by 65%. It even nullifies most attacks. Actually, if you really can't do anything, just bring that. Memorable will be applied when effect ended, and memorable increases your damage dealt by 65%, reduces damage taken by 10% for 50 seconds. It does sit on a 5-minute cooldown, though, so maybe don't bring that. Lost Full Cure fully restores HP and MP while granting auto potion and auto ether to self and nearby party members. Restores HP automatically when and then it just gives you the effects of auto potion and auto ether. And then Spirit of the Breathtaker. I'd imagine this is per player. Like I'd imagine that if the White Mage and like the Scholar or the Asher are using it, that it's still that those effects, the bonuses from Breathtaker would still only apply to themselves and not those around them. But that's nuts. These are 3 of the 16 actions. I want to see the other 13 now because I'm excited. Because I'm going to juice my way through Delubrum Savage, and I cannot wait. New field notes have been added. I figured that. Resistance Honors. If you've played Final Fantasy XI, this is a lot like the merit system, where you'll basically be able to permanently power up your HP damage and healing output by basically spending a bunch of your metal, and they say amassing sufficient metal. You're going to trade those in for proofs of metal, and then those can be used to buff your HP damage or your healing, your outgoing healing. So You can see how many proofs you have here, and then you can spend them at the NPC, the Resistance Counselor, after you meet the requirements. Up to 10 of each honor can be held at any time. The more of these honors in your possession, the greater effects. So you can essentially earn 30 honors, and you can have all of these effects at once. And you are going to be an unstoppable juggernaut, and I can't wait. If you plan on leveling Reaper or Sage right at expansion launch from 71 to 80, get the damage one. Probably gonna help a lot. This is just Resistance weapon story quests have been updated. Just telling you everything that you saw before, enhancing it. All the same rules that we're used to from all of the previous ones. Delubrum Regine also gives more metal now. That's good. Season 19 will end and preseason will begin for season 20. It appears. Tier rewards must be finishing bronze. Yeah. So I guess there will be another season of PvP, which is interesting because we know they're actually stopping ranked for a while after Endwalker comes out. We don't know when it's even coming back, so make use of them while you can. This is a new armor set from Inside Bozja, new recipes, but they're not going to put those in here. This was actually a bug fix. Apparently, there were a bunch of instances where desynthing the weapons or the weapons or shields that dropped weren't actually giving the crafted item, and Yoshida didn't know that until people started reporting it. So they're fixing that so that all the ones that were working before are still working, and the ones that weren't working before are working now. So that's a good thing here. The Resplendent tool has had its effects updated for fishing. There's new big fish. I'm not doing that. New mount. This is a 2-seater from inside of Zadnor. New Chocobo barding. Looks like that's also probably from Zadnor. A new minion. There's a little mini Gunhilder from Mizia. New achievements and titles. No fishing. No ocean fishing. Just don't do that. Okay. Party list will now be sorted automatically when the number of party members changes during an instance duty. Thank you, because it's really annoying that it doesn't do that. Setting and descriptions for display settings have been adjusted for PS4 and PS5. Only PS4 Pro, apparently. New emotes. Following new text commands /ring hands, which is the one that we saw them doing with this. And an unknown. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a text command that is a question mark before. Maybe I have, but I want to know. Okay. And then a bunch of result. Yeah, it's got to be an MSQ spoiler of some kind. New music and sound effects, yada, yada, yada. And then resolved effects. So it's just, I never really look at these two. An issue in PvE, Goka Mekyaku and Hyosho Ranryu appeared grayed out, even when ready to be activated. Okay. Lalafell's having issues with something. No surprise there. Yeah, it's a bunch of graphic issues, it looks like. Some of them PS5 only. We know the PS5 is officially launching as of patch 5.55, so not too much of a surprise to see a bunch of fixes to those. Some other desynthesis issues that we see right here. And then some known issues. This will be fun. Attacks from certain enemies interrupt the casting of player actions. That's going to be annoying. More than 30 stats elements cannot be applied to certain enemies. That's going to be even more annoying. Objects in the environment designed to avoid enemy attacks continue to protect from damage. Oh, so that's abusable. So I think that's fairly obvious. Force March unintentionally changes directions. Wait, that's dangerous. It's like, forward, left. I think I'll make him go left instead. That's not gonna be good. Status effect physical aversion is not applied. Battle log and enmity lists are not displayed correctly. Movements and actions NPCs and some things are incorrect. Bozjan Southern Front, where quests cause 2 interactions with the historian to appear. One of the NPCs has fewer items available for exchange than the other. If you have difficulty targeting the correct NPC, please try the Resistance Historian in Zadnor. Okay. An issue wherein the status effect, the Lost Font of Power, does not display for pets under certain conditions, but they are still receiving the effect. An issue after setting certain lost actions to a hotbar wherein the inventory count temporarily appears to be 0, but it doesn't actually do anything wrong. It's just a display issue. An issue when undertaking its synth duties wherein the party list is not properly sorted. Okay, that's fine. All right, and that's going to cover all the patch notes we have for patch 5.55. I'll be jumping into the MSQ first before hopping into Zadnor, but realistically first, I got to grab my land waffle. I got to get that big boy dragon mount. But with that, I'm going to get to waiting for the servers to come up because that's super important, obviously. Hopefully they're up early. And thank you for watching. On Twitch side, I'm going to go back to being a normal broadcaster now. On the YouTube side, hopefully you'll come over to the Twitch stream and join us for the day. And if not, just be on the lookout for some YouTube videos throughout the week. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And until then,